Hey, Tim Sykes here with another video lesson this weekend. I'm still not feeling that well. I'm feeling a little better, but more importantly, I want to show you that if you're feeling well, if you're not feeling well, there are no days off if you truly want success. And that's why I work my ass off with all these video lessons and webinars and guides and watch lists and commentary and alerts. And this is why I have the most millionaire students. Yesterday, too few of you watched this video lesson because I know you don't want to watch video lessons on a Saturday. That's been proven to be the worst day of the week for me to send video lessons, but at least some of you guys who were dedicated did. And I featured this upcoming student, KRS1, and it was a great little video lesson. Today I want to talk about another upcoming student because I really love you guys sharing your stories, and I love everybody else learning from these stories. And I want you to be completely honest. You know, part of the beauty of KRS1 and today's student of the day, who's Jonk87, who's still down $1,400, is that they're totally honest and transparent with what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. And that's a very important trait if you want true success. I know it's not fun. You don't necessarily have to use your real name if you're embarrassed by whatever it is. Just remember that 90% of traders lose money, okay? So you don't have to ever be embarrassed about any mistakes. If you're making mistakes, you're pretty much like everybody else. And the whole goal of this is to be somebody that you're not, which is profitable. You want to get better. You want to be different from everybody else. And that's going to take a lot of hard work and a lot of brutal honesty. And that's why I'm featuring this recent new challenge student, Steven Johnson, aka Jonk87. His videos are hilarious, but more importantly today, I want to talk about data, okay? That is today's topic because not enough of you are taking advantage of the fact that we're in a very, data-centric field where if you keep spreadsheets, if you keep tabs on what you're doing, you can get better. And that's exactly what Jonk87 Steven has been doing, even though he's not profitable yet. If you look at his data, and he posted this video lesson, you can also post your own video lessons now on Profitly that will help you serve as your own diary and help others follow along too. But Steven is awesome because he's been keeping track. He's been studying for a few months. He actually just joined my challenge, I think, this month, maybe like 3 weeks ago or something. But that in itself has changed his mindset, as you'll hear him talk about in this video lesson. I guess I'll post his video lesson underneath this video lesson, but he's looking at the data, and his account, while he's still down overall, it's getting better. You can see his win-loss percentage is getting better. He was winning, July, anybody could make money in July. You had to be a fucking idiot not to make money in July. So I ignored July because there were so many plays, but his winning percentage was 16, 18, 14% the first few months, and then 21%, and now it's jumped to over 30% since he joined my challenge. And his losses as a percent of his account, he was losing 35% of his account his first month. Terrible risk reward, terrible risk management. Then he lost another 37%. Then he lost 18% and 10%. And now this month, he's basically break even. So even though there's not profits, you have to look at the data and you have to get excited. And I love these comments. Jonk is going back and forth in the comments section, and I was leaving some comments, and Jonk87 says, "Cheers, these are exciting times. This would not have been possible without the challenge. It really altered my perspective and put me on the right track. I love going back through past webinars." And that's part of the key, is studying and looking at the past. I'm basically just a glorified history teacher. I'm not anything that special. I just have somehow been the only one to realize that the secret to unlocking your future is by studying the past. And that's why we created Profitly. This is why I have so many video lessons and students, because I have been cataloging every single stock move and pattern and rule and lesson, because you can study the past and get better, especially on weekends when the market's not open, there's no money to be made, but you can grow your knowledge account on weekends. And that's why I'm so excited about this sale. In case you haven't taken advantage of it yet, please do. There's only a few days left. This is our holiday sale. All these newsletters are 30, 40, 50, 60% off. And these DVDs are 30, 40, 50, 60% off. And today I also want to highlight Quant Trading 101. I actually have to write a review on timothysykes.com. I just finished this DVD. This is Matty Owen's new DVD. He just made 1.3 or 1.4 million in the past 2 years, and he's very mathematical. And this DVD, I mean, I'm not mathematical. It taught me a lot. And I thank Matthew Owens for creating it. It's regularly $500. It's only $297 right now. But it's incredible. Here are the different chapters. And this stuff that he's talking about, I mean, it blew my mind. Like, I don't consider myself that smart. So that's part of it. But, I mean, some of the stuff that he's talking about, let me actually mute this and just show you some of the stuff from his DVDs, where, he's talking about different programming and algorithms, and it's kind of crazy what he does here with all his formulas, and he's got these Excel spreadsheets. Like, look at this, rand between. I don't even know what was going on. I was watching this when I was tired the other day, and I was like, I thought this was, like I know a guy named Rand, and then I thought this said Beethoven, and I was just confused. But he talks about all specifically how to create these Excel spreadsheets and different formulas and using data and the Monte Carlo simulation and expectancy and all these fun little words. There's expectancy. Monitor live trading, the Monte Carlo equity curve. And it's really just fascinating what he's doing with all this. And then he also includes some stuff here where you can create your own app and create your own Excel files. And he's looking at data. That is the whole point of today's video lesson. So please check out Quant Trading 101. Take advantage of these different DVDs, especially Bitcoin Basics. I have to do a whole review on this because this is fantastic. Bitcoin is this emerging thing right now, where it's my student Harry Ye. He used to trade penny stocks, but now he's made several $100 grand trading Bitcoin. I haven't done it, but he does it, and he shows exactly how. And I'm just got to give props to Jonk87 for being so transparent with his data. And then also on the data theme, I don't know if you realize this, Stocks to Trade is having a big sale right now where, 50% off your first month or 35% off your annual. And this is all different data. If you go to stockstotrade.com/lessons, some of you guys have been asking me, like, how do you use Stocks to Trade? There are 8 intro video lessons right here. And you can see different scans, different screeners, different tabs. We just released a new scan where you can search by low float. And that's huge because low float stocks have been the ones that have been moving the most lately. So get in the mindset of studying the past, yes, but also realize that you can use data. And whether it's complex, crazy data like Matty Owens, or very simple data like, what, Steven Johnson is using, where he's just keeping track of his winning percentage and his average gains and stuff like that. And he's showing the market improvement. So a lot of you guys just look at dollars, profit and loss, and you're like, he's lost money. I don't want to study from him. But you have to look at improvement over time. We all lose in the beginning. Okay, even Tim Grittani, FYI, did not make any consistent profits for his first 9 months. So a lot of you are like, I'm in month 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm still not making money. This sucks. Steven is in month 6, although, to be fair, he didn't really have the right education and the right guidance in the beginning. He's really in month 1 since he started the challenge. But he's just a few months into his journey, and you can already see the improvement in his data. And eventually, that's going to translate into improvement in his overall dollar profits. He already just had a big gain this past week, $266 on MDGS, and he played it perfectly. And he did this one actually better than what I did. So, think about that, where I've been trading for nearly, 20 years now, and Steven made 17% on this trade. I tried to execute right here at the same price. I did not get filled. Steven did better than me. So that's not to say that I'm a bad trader. He just did well on this one, and I'm proud of him. So even though he's down $1,400, he's heading in the right direction. and he makes some crazy, weird ass jokes and analogies, even weirder than me. But he is learning and he's getting better, and the data proves it. So you can learn from him, you can learn from Matty Owens, you can learn from me, but I also want you keeping better track. If you want to keep an Excel spreadsheet of your trades, that's cool. If you want to share, all your trades on Profitly, that's cool. I mean, look at his dollar graph. This does not look like it's heading in the right direction. But if you look at his trades month by month, week by week, it is heading in the right direction. And more importantly, he's been growing his knowledge account. So $1,400, while it's annoying to lose, and I don't want anybody to lose, you have to think of your education in the grand scheme of things. Okay? KRS1, for example, he just turned profitable, 45 bucks. He was heading in the wrong direction for a little bit too, but he kept studying. And whether you're making $45 or losing $1,400, none of that shit matters in the long run. In the long run, you need tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars to live really well. So I know that it's not fun to lose money in the beginning, but we all do it. The question is, are you going to keep getting better? Is your data going to keep getting better? Are you going to persevere and keep studying? Or are you going to give up like most people? And they say, trading's not for me. I was losing. I'm done. And they get discouraged by small losses, and they get discouraged when they screw up, and they don't stick with it. And I can't tell you how many people I've seen quit in month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which to me is all pregame. Okay? If you're talking about like, batting practice when a Major League Baseball game, or preseason with a Major League Baseball season, imagine someone like a top-rated rookie who might have like a tough preseason, and he just quits, and he doesn't want to play ball, even though he's on a major league team, even though it's just his first year. He quits in preseason and he says, this is tough, it's not for me. That's what happens to most people, where you're losing, or maybe not even necessarily losing, but you're feeling uncomfortable and you don't really get it, and it's kind of frustrating, and you quit. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake, because this game gets easier the more that you study, the more different traders that you learn from, different rules that you utilize, and the better off in the end you'll start to learn how to manage your risk, and your dollar losses will go down. And ideally, if you follow my rule number 1 about cutting losses quickly from the beginning, you won't have that big losses anyways, and you can make it back very quickly, like KRS1 did. 27 trades, all it took was basically 1 or 2 trades, good trades, to make back all the losses. That's the beauty of cutting losses quickly. Unfortunately, I see a lot of people who don't like trading cowardly like I do. They mock it. They mock these small gains and small losses, and they're gunslingers because they think that's what trading is about. And then guess what? They blow up, and they don't want to post their screenshots. This is why so many traders don't want to be on Profitly, because they don't want to show all their trades, because they're embarrassed that they just blew up because they're fucking gunslingers. Don't be a gunslinger, okay? This is not Vegas. You don't need to bet all on red or black and you double your money or lose all your money. You can learn. You can take small positions. You can take very, very tiny positions and learn. If you use stocks to trade, guess what? We have paper money coming soon. A few weeks away, hopefully by January 1st is the goal, where you're going to be able to practice on stocks to trade without risking any real money. And I know it's not the same. You don't get the full, emotional, psychological education that you do with betting real money. But if, losing a little bit is going to make you quit and not study in the long run, I'd rather you get a partial education with paper trading, at least while you're getting comfortable, rather than quitting and, basically just defeating the whole purpose of this and making it impossible for you to ever really become successful because you quit in the preseason. So use data, get inspired by people like KRS1 and Matty Owens and Jonk and myself and Tim Grittani and Michael Good and Mark Crook and all of us who share all of our trades transparently. And we try and show you what we do right and what we do wrong so that you can learn to do better over time. I'm going to go take an emergency. I'm going to try and feel better for the market tomorrow, but it's tough trading from Asia, going to these schools that I'm building with these kids and then trading in the middle of the night. So don't feel too bad for me. I brought this schedule upon myself, but I love it and I'll get better. And guess what? You can get better too if you focus on the data. Watch Quant Trading 101. Take advantage of this ridiculous sale on stocks to trade. Take advantage of this ridiculous sale on Profitly. Study, 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 study. Optimize, 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 optimize. Refine, refine, refine. Persevere, 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 persevere. Have patience, have patience, have patience. Get better, get better, get better. Get rich, get rich, get rich over time, over time, over time. Maybe if I repeat everything 2 or 3 or 4 times in a row, it'll sink in. But that is the secret. I know it sounds impossible and it seems impossible to truly make millions of dollars. And some people will say, oh, this is bullshit. This is fraud. It's not bullshit. It's not fraud. It's real. Too many students and I have now turned a few thousand into a few million. You could have written me off when it was just me. You could have said, oh, he made all of his money in the bubble of 99 and 2000. But then why did I make another million in 2001, 2002, 2003? Why have I made millions since in trading? Because I'm still focusing on the same strategies. Data cuts through bullshit. You can make all the assumptions you want. You can listen to all the lies out there. Or you can look at data. This is why I show every single trade, good and bad. This is why I'm so proud of students like KRS-One showing every trade, good or bad, and showing the market improvement. And showing this, Jonk 87. Jonk, by the way, you should change this. You're not month 6, week 4 with me, okay? You've only been studying hardcore with me for a few weeks. So don't make it look like you've been studying with me for 6 months, because you haven't. And you have to be honest about that. And it's cool. You admit that in your videos, but the title needs to change so that people understand how much better you're doing in just a few weeks, especially since you joined the challenge. So congrats to all of you guys. And I hope that these kinds of ramblings can inspire you and, just get you studying. That's the key here. There's no magic bullet to making $1 million or multiple $1 million. Uh, you know, Even if I gave you $1 million, that would be meaningless if you don't have the knowledge and the self-sufficiency and the strategy behind it. That's the key here. It's not just about money. I'm going to feature more students like Steven. Or actually, leave a comment. Let me know if you think I should. Because I think I should, but I'm sure some people are going to take the wrong lesson from this, and you're going to be like, oh, he's down 1,400. I'm not going to learn from you. You're just making excuses. I think it's good to feature students like Steven and KRS-One who have small accounts. But you leave a comment and let me know if you just want me to focus on my actual millionaire students and upcoming millionaire students like Mark Crook, who's made, 630,000 now, as opposed to upcoming students. I think it's good for you to see everything because guess what? I mean, we all start small, or most of us start with very small accounts, and most of us start out, losing money. So it's good, I think, to study all different kinds of traders at different stages in their education. But you tell me, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea, and I have a feeling that some of you will. Hopefully, I've made my point here that it's not just about the money that you make, it's the improvement and it's the data. I'd be a lot more concerned with Steven if he was down 1,400 and his winning percentages were dropping week by week and month by month, and he had no idea what he was doing, instead of just making his best trade and, 5 or 6 good trades and he's back to, break even. So leave a comment. I'm interested in your feedback. I'm going to try and teach you the way that I think, but you tell me what works best in terms of, my getting my points across to you. Because I can feature everybody. I've got students all over the map, and I like sharing this all. That's the beauty of transparency. The world can hate on penny stocks. The world can hate on short sellers. The world can hate on day traders. The world can hate on me. But you cannot dispute data. And that's my lesson for today. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the chat room tomorrow. We've got another busy week.